Hello, hello, hello. It's your boy Rock. Today I'm reacting to my boy Wonny again. This is my boy Wonny, and I'm still in my Chinese time of my life. So let's react to China's disturbing fake doctor disaster. Let's get right into it. My boy Wonny, let's get right into the
Who's
story.
one person you trust your life with? I mean, besides me, of course, it's your doctors, right? But what
Yeah,
if I
but
told
you.
you that the
Oh,
doctor who you trust your
no,
life
I
with,
don't trust.
or even more
I
importantly,
trust
who
you
you
more than
trust
the
your face
doctors.
with, could literally just be some random guy on the street? Because currently in China, there's a massive trend of these so-called
That's
ghost
just a
doctors or
dude,
ghost
bro.
clinics, which are fake hospitals and underground beauty salons that are using patients as
Damn.
test
Oh,
subjects. Ever since the whole Douyin face aesthetic has popped off in China, there's been
oh
apps
my
such as
goodness.
Soyoung and Gengmei that scan your face to recommend what plastic surgery you need next. And even some of these super
Hold up.
dystopian commercials that are indirectly promoting ghost clinics and underground operations. But these apps don't just function like an
Hold
online
up,
purchasing
bro.
tool. They're
That's
social media
illegal
platforms
though.
as well. You'll see people
How is
posting
that
before and
legal?
after surgery diaries, influencers giving recommendations, and everybody just makes posts to compare their procedures. You can also take out
That
plastic
should be
surgery loans
illegal,
and
bro.
happily end up in debt. Definitely not a billion-dollar insecurity industry or anything. And of course, this insane demand of perfection has created an underground
That for
industry of
plastic
people trying to
surgery,
cash in
that's
as fast
crazy,
as
bro.
possible. Since you have to keep up with millions of other
Imagine
people
if
trying to
you
become
go
Douyin
into debt
supermodels
for
overnight,
plastic
cosmetic
surgery,
clinics started
but
popping
it
up
would be even
everywhere in
worse.
China. But here's the problem: a huge number of them aren't even licensed, which ultimately ends you up with
Now,
ghost doctors, who are people with little to no actual medical qualifications, injecting random substances
I
into human
mean,
faces for profit. Many of these
oh,
clinics are also just operating in plain
ooh,
sight,
that's
and it's kind of
disgusting,
scary
bro.
how real and professional they look. Most of them are even massive companies that have multiple locations across China as if they were qualified. And these doctors are pretty much just doing it for the bag or just using people as training. So naturally, when you
Damn,
have
bro.
amateurs doing plastic surgery using 1 minute tutorials, hundreds of accidents happen. And some
Oh,
people even go through WeChat to invite these doctors into their own homes for injections, mainly because the clients avoid public attention and the fake doctors avoid
now,
accountability. So if something goes wrong, good luck. I mean, at this point, it's basically like the Wild
good
West because,
luck.
I mean, cosmetic surgery is insanely profitable, so people are willing to cut every corner imaginable, which eventually leads us into one of
I
the most
mean, there's
viral and
1 billion
disturbing cosmetic
people in
surgery stories
China,
in China.
so it
The
makes
case of a
sense.
massive Chinese celebrity who ended up with a completely dead nose. Gao Liu, she's a massive singer and actor who's been in the game for a long
She
time
looks
now. And if you were on
beautiful.
Chinese social media around that time, this case was everywhere. Back in October 2020, one of Gao Liu's friends introduced her to a surgeon who was working at a clinic, and this was in Guangzhou called Xishu Time Medical Aesthetics. At the time, Gao Liu had been told by all her friends and fans that her features were already pretty, except her nose.
Yeah.
And because she worked in
Oh,
entertainment, she thought that maybe just a tiny adjustment would,
oh,
boost her acting career. And you guys know that the entertainment
her
industry
nose
over there
looks
is
fine, bro.
brutal about appearance. So Galileo agreed to what she thought was just a very minor procedure. She was assigned to this doctor named Dr. He, who was crowned at the time as
Oh
the
no,
Nose King of Guangzhou.
you
Nose
can't
King
trust
is
him, bro.
crazy, and he was known by this title at the time. If you wanted to do anything to your nose, this was the guy to go to. He had done the most amount of nose surgeries in Guangzhou for those past couple of years, and he's known
I
as the
mean,
most experienced when it comes to noses. So she confidently signed the
I
consent.
mean,
He also promised that she
yeah,
would
he
recover
seemed
in
pretty
just 2
good.
weeks, so perfectly in time for her filming her new C drama. Simple, right?
Yeah.
The surgery ended up lasting 4 hours. And that's not just the crazy
What
part, because during
happened,
the
bro?
operation,
How did
Dr.
that
He
happen?
removed her rib cartilage and her ear cartilage, then put it into her nose. And after the operation, things started
Why?
going really wrong. When
Did
she
he
woke up,
ask her?
she immediately felt this intense stinging pain, and her nose became inflamed and swollen really badly. Later on,
She got a
Galileo
heart on
discovered
her
that during the
nose.
surgery itself, her nose tissues were already becoming red and swollen,
Ew.
but the doctors just brushed it off and continued with the procedure. Like, instead of fixing the issue immediately, they basically kept her under observation, hoping that she would just magically heal herself. And for a few days, they just waited. But then, her
Damn.
nose turned completely black. Her skin was literally dying because her nose started becoming necrotic, and that image
Yeah.
alone terrified people all across China. I mean, this is just straight out of a horror movie. Because imagine trusting a beauty clinic with your appearance, your health, your entire career, and they basically are just using you as a beta tester. So only
Why she
after
still
the skin
slaying?
started dying
She
did the
still
clinic admit that they were wrong. So they suggested to
slaying,
do
bro.
another surgery to just remove the implant. Then another surgery after that. So 2 surgeries in just the span of 4 days. And somehow her nose became even worse after that. So eventually she was just
Damn,
transferred
bro.
to Guangzhou Southern Hospital to try to slowly get it fixed. Now, all of this had caused her to be suspended from 2 film projects that she was supposed to film that year. She said that she lost 400,000 yuan in income and was also facing a possible 2 million yuan breach of contract penalty. Her acting contract got terminated too,
Damn.
and on top of all of that, the medical expenses were piling up. At the time, this really mentally destroyed her, and she even admitted that she was in a really bad place with bad thoughts, because it felt like her entire career and appearance were crumbling to the ground. And you would think
She
that
was
after
already
everything
beautiful,
Galileo
bro.
went through, the surgery, the pain, the necrosis, the clinic would be shut down, right? But they threatened to sue her instead. When Gallo tried confronting the clinic's management about compensation, Dr. He, the clinic director, and even their lawyers started threatening and intimidating her to not mess with them. And apparently they even threatened to call the police. So Gallo was basically
Damn.
like, bet, I'll call them myself. So then the police advised her to
Bet.
check whether this clinic really had the medical qualifications to perform this surgery from the start. And guess what she discovered? Dr. He
They
didn't
didn't.
have any qualifications to perform this in the first place. So he was out here
Damn.
harvesting rib cartilages and reconstructing noses without even having the proper certification to do the procedure. And since Galileo was just one young actress, she felt powerless against a clinic that was part of a larger chain-backed operation with shareholders and even expansion plans. Like, most people imagine some sketchy alleyway scam clinic run by this one shady dude with a fake certification on the wall. But in reality, a lot of these places look high-end and professional. I mean, fancy interiors,
Damn.
huge social media pages, and most
How did he get all
importantly,
his money
influencer
then?
endorsements. It was also revealed that this clinic already had a bad history because authorities found that Dr. He had actually received 5 administrative penalties between March and October of that year. So right after Galio's case exploded
Oh,
online, the clinic got fined, and Dr. He was banned from practicing for
that's it?
6 months. Which I
That's
mean,
it?
I feel like he should have just gotten his entire permit taken away. Now you'd think that would be the end of the story, but nope, they
Yeah.
always have a plan. Weeks before Sisha time officially closed, a new clinic called Tingya suddenly registered at the exact same address. Surely just a competitor. A
What the
competitor with
hell?
the same staff, same social media accounts, and the same Dr. He. Like, how is
How
that even
how's
allowed? And somehow,
how's
Dr. He
how's that
recently
possible?
obtained his official plastic surgery license just back in April, despite being banned for 6 months. Meanwhile, the new clinic reportedly announced that they've opened over 30 branches across China. So after one of the country's most
How does
infamous
that
botched
happen,
surgery
bro?
scandals, the operation basically evolved into a franchise. Netizens also review bombed them. I mean, take a look at this. Anyone who goes there is doomed. It's a maze of loops, a series of traps with arbitrary charges, costing hundreds of
Oh,
dollars. And if you do any search of
I
Tingya
just
Beauty
was just
Clinic,
talking
you'll
about how the
see
place
that their PR team
went.
is probably working overtime. Later, Gallo publicly explained everything on Weibo. She said no surgeries in the entertainment industry had become so common that they felt as casual as putting on a face mask. She also found out that if the implant had been removed immediately during the surgery, she might have actually just avoided necrosis completely, meaning the damage was preventable. But instead, the clinic just kept delaying and hoping it would automatically heal. And this mentally destroyed her. I mean, she spent over 61 days in Southern Hospital undergoing oxygen therapy and IV treatments. But at the end, luckily, her nose did
I
heal
mean,
and she looks much better now. Now, ever since this
he
incident,
looks
some
good.
clinics have eventually started to be exposed. Just last month in April, authorities in Malaysia raided an unlicensed Chinese beauty clinic ran by Chinese operators. The immigration officials discovered that the clinic had been
Malaysia.
operating without any approval from the Ministry of Health, and the owner was from China, who was running the business and reportedly making hundreds of thousands of dollars every year. They were able to detain
What
6
the
Chinese men
hell?
and 7 Chinese women and several local workers. They
6 or
also
7?
discovered that none of them even had valid work permits, and some were even allegedly working under tourist visas while performing cosmetic surgeries. They were able to seize phones,
Mm-mm-mm.
CCTV systems, uniforms, documents. Basically, they shut down the whole operation. Now, some of
Bro,
the
why
cheaper
can't
beauty
they just
salons don't have much leeway when it comes to having a plan B after getting cracked by the government. I mean, one of them literally ripped down their
crack?
sign and tried to escape the country after getting exposed. There was this girl named Xiaoyang who was just 18 years old who visited this small beauty salon called Meng Meng Beauty in Henan province. At first glance, it looked like a normal salon, you know, manicures, eyelash extensions,
Yeah,
and like a bunch of beauty treatments. But behind the scenes, they were
pretty
secretly
normal.
offering illegal injections. And the salon manager
Oh,
recommended Xiaoyang something called a water light injection, marketed as a cheap, affordable skin whitening treatment. The price was literally only 199 yuan, so $30. I mean, that was already the first red flag. But also, the worker wasn't even wearing like a medical coat or anything. Literally just disposable gloves. That's it. And after the procedure,
now.
similar to Gao, her face started swelling up in red. Within hours, her body
Ew.
erupted with these giant itchy rashes and ulcers that even developed on different parts of her body. So Xiaoyang's family rushed back to confront the salon, and
They
it
were
was
gone.
empty. The owner had already removed the storefront sign, took down all the posters, and started hiding all the equipment in a small room. Apparently, they were already planning to reopen later on with different circumstances if things cooled down. Xiaoyang called them, texted them, no response. Eventually, news reporters got involved and barely managed to track down the salon manager just last minute. She confessed that the injection's main ingredient was tranexamic acid, which is normally used to help stop bleeding in medical situations, not injected
Damn.
as filler. And this part's crazy. Where do you think they got it from? WeChat. Not only that, but it was from a friend that she trusted. Hey, if you ever need counterfeit
Damn,
liquids,
bro.
I got you hooked up. The product had no manufacturer or any official certification, meaning it was basically a Timu injection package. And to
So
nobody's
why did they
surprise, the
do
salon
that, bro?
only had a regular business license. Yet they were still injecting random substances into people's faces. That's the craziest thing about this whole underground industry, man, because some
They
of these
just
owners probably
do it
wouldn't even dare to
for
inject this stuff
random,
into
bro.
themselves. But they'll happily sell it to customers for profit. And even today, Chinese authorities are still trying to
Oh,
crack down on this.
money.
China's National Health
But like, it
Commission,
doesn't even
alongside
work.
13 other
So
government departments, launched new campaigns targeting illegal cosmetic procedures and online medical scams. They specifically targeted fake online promotions on Xiaohongshu, people pretending to be patients and unlicensed
there's so many
operators. But honestly,
scams,
enforcement
bro.
is like insanely difficult. Some live streaming agencies even pressure men and women to take out loans for surgeries, promising that they'll become famous if they do. Pretty much giving you the dream: if you fix your face first, the fame will come afterward. And behind the scenes,
Now,
some of these influencers have agreements with these clinics and take commissions from every person they
look at
send.
all that
It just
money,
gets more
bro.
and more dystopian every time a new beauty trend pops up. And for these ghost clinics, it's a massive payday for them. So if you somehow
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
end up at one of these ghost clinics or underground beauty salons looking to get an injection to, I don't know, increase a couple inches, maybe instead of asking for a free trial, tell them to try first. And also, guys, I've recently partnered up with Cheeky
Tiki
Soap.
so,
Honestly, if you guys want to take more showers, you guys can
Tiki,
check out Cheeky Soap using code Wonny or use cheeky.com/Wonny. And
Wonny, my boy. Great video. Always a great video on Wonny. Make sure to like and subscribe to Wonny, and make sure to like and subscribe to me. And that will be it for today. Make sure also, chat, you're always beautiful. You're always beautiful. Don't ever change your face. Don't ever go to shady clinics. Don't go to clinics in general. You look good as you are. So yeah, make sure to remember that. And see you next time. Bye bye.